Hi Kareena, hi Imran, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
So you guys are back together in a movie for 2 years. Has much changed?
Well, I think Imran's become a lot more fun.
The dynamic duo.
Yeah.
The dynamic duo, back together again.
Back together again.
Well, how different was he back then?
Well, I think Imran also works according to the characters he plays. He's a lot like Amir in that sense.
Yeah.
Because in Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu, the character was very like proper and like he had to be. He was quite like
very uptight.
Yeah, uptight kind. And in this film, in Gori, he's a lot more. He's like the way I was in Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu.
Okay.
So like right out
more
there.
chilled out types. Yeah.
And totally in your face. So I guess the character's kind of rubbed off a little bit off screen as well.
Yeah.
So we had more fun on this film.
Yeah. So what's changed about her since then?
Nothing. I'm happy to report she is exactly as she was. There's no room for improvement.
Oh, actually that good.
Yeah. Well.
It's perfect.
Both of you, I've read all the interviews. Both of you call yourself very boring. Imran, you always said you're a boring guy. Even you say that. So is that the chemistry that really works?
Well, I don't know whether it's that
have a lot of fun.
But I guess whatever it is, the chemistry works. It shows on screen, and that's what's important. And in Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu, we did a different kind of a setting. The film was based in Vegas. This is more desi and commercial.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that people will like us in this also, because that was such a special film.
Right. Imran, there are stories about how you almost didn't do the film. Then what convinced you?
Puneet's updated drafts, frankly. The first draft that he had written, I don't know if you know this or not, the first draft he had written was a two-hero, two-heroine story. It was the same basic story where in the they go to the village in the second half to build a bridge. But there were 2 boys and 2 girls. And then he kind of that track he cut out very early. But through the thing, I was never convinced about the second half. I was saying, "Yaar, Puneet, ye bridge ka kya hai? Your first half is damn entertaining. It's funny, it's charming, it's romantic. All of this stuff is great. Ye second half mein bridge ka kya panga hai? Why are you stuck on this thing?" But he was very, very convinced about it. So I said, "No, it's not working." Then he did another draft. I said, "Dude, it's still not working." Finally, 3-4 drafts in is where I read it, and finally I saw what he was going for, which was this emotional hook, this grounding, which now I think works really well.
You've said somewhere that how you're not really crazy about love. What's the craziest thing you've done in love?
I'm sure Saif loves me because I'm not mad. He doesn't want to be in love with a mad woman. But I mean, I don't know.
Should get his perspective.
Yeah, exactly. We should actually.
He might have a very different perspective. Oh, she's completely mad.
Yeah, but no, I don't know what you mean by crazy. So,
Imran, what about you?
I actually confessed about this at a press conference the other day where I pretended to be someone else because the girl's parents didn't like me. So and she lived in a different city, so I went over there to meet her, and I spent like a week, 10 days in the city pretending to be someone else because they knew that she was dating some guy called Imran. And then if that Imran guy turns up, then he's dead and all.
But day to day, at home, do Saif and you discuss movies?
We're hardly ever together. I mean, we haven't seen him. We're traveling up and down constantly. He hasn't been home for 3 months. But we definitely don't. He doesn't discuss.
Does he talk to you about the movies he's producing and whatever? But do you watch movies together?
No, he likes watching Batman and Speed and I don't know what he watches. And I watch Downton Abbey. I like TV shows.
We also heard that Salman is very keen to work with you. Suraj Barjatia's next. How far is that true?
Well, I mean, I haven't been approached for the film at all. So I guess it's not true.
But how different is it working with a director who's really young, who's done fewer films, but he's similar in your age? Is the mindset very different?
I have a good track record, My only hits are with first-time directors and new directors. So for me, it's
Puneet is also technically new because he doesn't this is his second film.
His second film. So do you see a difference? You're working with the younger director?
I mean, I don't know. I think a director is a captain of the ship. I think they know exactly what their film is going to be in their mind more than anybody else on the set. So, I mean, new or, experienced, I don't know. I feel Puneet this is his second film, but he directed it like he's a pro.
Yeah, I'm actually very impressed with his growth.
Yeah.
Because I mean, from I Hate Love Stories to this, you expect a certain growth from first film to second film. Puneet has kind of jumped 2 or 3 steps. He went from step 1 to step 4.
Wow.
His control as a director is quite impressive.
But you weren't nervous at all that he's a second-time director and it's such a big film?
I don't think so. I think because he never gave me that feeling at all while narration or while on set.
Yeah.
he just felt like he's been doing this like for the last 10 years.
You know, we're at this age where, you know, such good roles are being written for actresses, which wasn't the trend in the last many years. And nowadays actresses are actually demanding even a profit share, just like what every hero does. Do you see this change, and do you think it's here to stay?
No, I think a good film is a good film. I don't know. I mean, there were great roles written back in the 60s and the 70s also.
Exactly, long back then.
There was just a dip between the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, like, the kind of films that like Hema ji and Sharmila ji have done, I don't think we're still getting those kind of roles like, you know, Amar Prem and Aradhana and Mausam and Sita or Geeta. I don't think so. You know,
films are not made anymore.
Not at all. So I mean, it is pretty male-centric. So.
Yeah. Imran, what do you say about that?
There was kind of a decline for a while where the where roles for actresses were not very good. And you got the sense that, you know, you could interchange anyone because they've written कि यहाँ लड़की चाहिए किसी को भी ले लो. It was kind of a bad period in Hindi films, but that is changing now. I think that the last few years particularly.
It is super pleasant to two of you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.